towards an end, going to finish before daylight. Looks like everybody is going to be able to get this round in before dark, which is key because they rotate 3 courses over the first 3 days, so you don't want to be held up at one, running over to play the other. Bill Mickelson with that 10 under par. He's on the 15th hole par 3 at La Quinta Country Club. Martin Laird's got an eagle putt coming up. 7th on the tournament course, Nicholas Tournament. Curtis Luck, the Aussie. Good round going. You've seen Jonathan Vegas all day, solid round. Past champion Aaron Wise. Solid young player. Sam Burns, that's my guy to keep an eye on this year out of the rookie class. Solid player. Harold Varner, always consistent. John Rahm, the defending champ, at -3. A lot of 3 under pars tied for 26. So 3 under or better, played pretty well today. 2 under, you're scratching your head knowing you got to aspire a low one to kind of be back in this tournament. Justin Rose, just a couple holes left and only 2 under on the easiest, I think, of the 3 courses. Maybe he's got a 62 and then tomorrow. Ryan Palmer always plays well in the desert. Shoots low, a lot of low scores. Adam Hadwin, you've been watching him today.
56 players in the field, plus all the amateurs. So, take you here to 16 and check out the driving distance grid presented by Epic Flash Driver from Callaway. It's the longest so far as Johnny Vegas gets ready.
Terry just waiting for an amateur in the group in front to clear and play their second shot here. But this iconic par 5 is playing a little bit downwind today, and with Johnny Vegas's length and the little bit of moisture there is in the fairway, he can pound one off this tee and maybe get a little bit of a skip and really get one out there.
It's the other aspect of trying to get play in each of the 4 days, especially the first 3. You've got 156 players, but you got the amateurs too.
Well, this looks nice.
Struggled to get into the fairway today, but this is a beauty right down the middle.
Wow. And 308, so the longest of anyone in the short grass. All right, back to La Quinta. Check in with Phil. 15 a par 4. Excuse me, 15's a par 3. 206, so he did not hit the green here, David. He has some work to do.
It's a difficult hole. He has a difficult finish in front of him, trying to pick up 3 more birdies. Got to get this one close. Maybe pitch it in like 14, you think?
I'm a believer.
Hit it.
You know, he was thinking that.
Yeah, he's going to be aggressive, chasing down the elusive sub-60 round.
Exactly what he was thinking. That one a moment ago. This for birdie to get it to 4 under.
Get there, reach. Yeah,
It does. And ranked 110th in the official World Golf Rankings. Something posted now. This at the 5th for birdie.
Good stroke there. I like that. Good rhythm. Poston having a nice day. 4 under par. Just 4 holes left for JT. He'll finish before dark with no problem. Over to 12.
Shank for birdie. Earned his card back with 3 top 10s. Come Tour Finals. Runner-up finish in Boise.
working on 5 in a row right now.
Yes, he is.
Taylor Gooch Take the 15. Oh, he's playing a lot of break. That just doesn't have it going that direction. Easy tapping though. We'll go back over to La Quinta Country Club.
Par putt, Phil. Just to keep the drama going. Very good. Still alive. Still a believer.
Man.
How about these numbers, David?
Well, last year was one of the best putting years he's ever had of his career. That's the notable decline is a shocking one. He's known for wedge play, and it just frankly has not been there as of late.
Missed the cut of the Players in the PGA Championship. At his best of the big events, the Open, a share of 24th. Trying to win now at the age of 48. Only seen a couple of wins in the last decade by someone 48 or older. Off to a great start here, though. 16, 17, 18 to play at La Quinta here in the opening round of the Desert Classic.
Zach Johnson from long range here at 17. So much break in that one. Had to take it off the putting surface, and it got snagged up there in the collar. And he's going to have a long one ahead of him for par here. Zach Johnson grinding there. And meanwhile, Robert Garrigus at 2 under. Plays the 16th on the station. Big hitter, easily reaches the par 5s and 2, and he's just done it again. Garrigus with an eagle, chance to get it to 4 under. So back at La Quinta, where Johnson still has outside of 20 feet for par. That's the story of that man's day right there. Another singed edge. This time it's going to cost him one. First bogey of the day comes on the 17th hole for Zach Johnson. Par 4, 18th ahead of him at La Quinta. Will McKenzie is playing with Robert Garrigus in this opening round. Willie Mack, a multiple winner who has had a lot of injuries over the last half dozen years or so. Good one there. Garrigus may get a little information from it before he settles in over his eagle putt.
Diddy, of course, back at 14, second shot, Bill Haas.
Yeah, just 97 yards and a good lie here. Plenty of green here. Should be green light.
Okay. Been awfully good right here in the desert. Stan Jay won the 1988 Desert Classic. 2010, Bill got to the winner's circle 30 under, and then did it again in 2015. With Charlie Hoffman, Kuchar, Stephen Park, Wheatcroft also crowded top of the leaderboard there. The 8th multiple winner of this event. Son duo. Having with him this awkward stance.
Yeah, it was up against the collar of that rough. Actually, a pretty good shot from that lie with that rough behind the ball.
Really below his feet. Look high above 16. This is first to play here from the fairway.
He's having a look at his yardage book here. He's got 240 front edge. I think it's 30 out from there. It's very reachable with a little bit of helping wind. And actually, the sun's come out in the last couple minutes. We've actually seen a couple of shadows, so the ball should be flying a little bit further than it has been earlier in the day.
Birdies so far here at 16. Haven't seen an eagle yet.
Really hard shot to get closer, guys. I'm not surprised we haven't seen an eagle. The iconic pit of Misery bunker left of this green, some 15 feet below the surface of the putting green itself. It's very easy to bail right here and now, or to force yourself to actually knock the ball on the green and give yourself a putt at 3. And I think, guys, that Johnny Vegas is going to go ahead and play before Knox here. I have Knox further away here, but it certainly appears Vegas is going to play first. Johnny with just 231 front edge, helping wind. He should have no problem getting a 4-iron here and having it release onto the green from the front part. Boy, it's right up the edge of the bunker in the green and just stops still there short of the front edge.
Fortunate though. Saw the shot in here. And Hadley. So Billy Haas, this for birdie.
Yeah, it's going to move a little bit to his right. Well, he's got to get the speed figured out.
And a lot of that today. Meanwhile, 16 second for Knox.
Yeah, going with a fairway metal here. Good contact, but heading left, heading for that pit of Misery we spoke of earlier.
Misery.
It is, and he's got an incredibly difficult shot in front of him. Have to get it up some 15 feet. Not a ton of green to work with. Can't see anything from down there. The missing right's not good either. That's the challenge of that green, of going for it in 2. Pete Dye has asked you to hit an excellent golf shot to not be penalized.
Apparently a 14 birdie.
Yeah, he got a good look off of Haas. This is very makeable.
Got it there. So just a par at 14 here at the stadium course as the sun has come. It's pretty nice at the moment. It's the best part of the day weather-wise. They get ahead to tomorrow and the winds that may whip through the desert.
Just a moment ago, out at 17 on Lakitsa, Justin Rose looking for his second straight birdie. And finding it. So Rose with a little late kick to his round, gets it to -3, was full of confidence coming into the week as the newly anointed #1 ranked player in the world, but not satisfied, still setting those goals ahead of him.
So you only get to #1 in the world by playing consistently good golf, and that's always been my goal, is to try and get the most out of my game week in, week out. But once it presented itself, it became a big thing. It's been a fantastic milestone in my career to have got there. But I feel like having got there now, it's about sort of letting that, letting it go a little bit in the sense of I need to focus on other goals now, and if I achieve those other goals, then I'll remain at the top. I think this week I'm going to rely a lot upon, strategy, my caddy, the yardage book, and building a plan as we go around it. Because like I said, it's hard to learn. It's tough to learn a golf course in a day anyway. So I think sometimes you're better off just having one clear visual, having one game plan, and going out and committing to it rather than you never quite know the conditions that you're going to face on the day. You can play the practice round with a northerly wind, and the next day you play in a southerly wind, and it feels totally different anyway. So, I haven't paid too much attention to trying to learn each individual golf course. I'm going to trust the fact that on Thursday I'm going to be free and fresh and ready to play.
First official event for Justin since the HSBC champions in late October. He did finish third at the Aero World Challenge in the Bahamas in early December. Fluid situation at the top. Koepka briefly was number one, but Rose has the view for now. Just about 90 minutes remaining on our opening round coverage. Bill Mickelson closing down his round. Needs to birdie 3 of the 3 remaining for 59.
At 17, Robert Garrigus. A shot with top tracer technology. Should be apex around 115. Well, a little lower than I thought. 93. Usually average about 110. That's fine. Safely on land. That's what you're after, first and foremost.
Here at the 8th, second for Steve Marino. Playing well, and he needs to.
Yeah, has plenty of power. Difficulty comes with that ball lying below his feet. Hard to stay down and through the shot.
Major medical extension, numerous injuries last year, just 6 starts, and he's got 1 start left here to earn 261 FedEx Cup points to retain full status. That'd be a runner-up finish this week. And the amateurs in the field, each player playing with an amateur. Which is a different feel, I would think, as a guy out here earning a living.
Well, it is, most certainly, but it's also incredibly important to the game, to the PGA Tour.
And as an amateur, that's not a shot you want to have. You're playing with your pro and in front of people. Look good for a moment.
There's tournaments like this. Originally the Bob Hope, the 18 feet, as you can see the down below where Russell is 18 feet below the surface of the green. Wow. But the involvement of the celebrities and the athletes and the performers help popularize this game and turn it into what it is today.
Huge way to kick off the year, the early season part of the season for so many years, you know, and not just people here, but if you're watching at home all across the country or world. Yeah, look at that. That's a great shot from down there. His third.
Really, a nice golf shot there.
That is, you could give him a bucket of balls there, and I don't think he could do much better than that. That was terrific.
You have to open the face up so much. You can see the challenge in front of him. 18 feet he has to clear. It's hard to get the distance when you're trying to hit it so high in the air to cover the edge of the green. He does just that.
Yeah, reason to smile. To the 8th, and now the 3rd for Marino.
A lot of green to work with. You expect him to get this within some 6 feet. Chasing back there. Just comes up short. It's really not a particularly good pitch shot there.
At 16, this was not as difficult as what we saw from Knox, but how tough is it, Bones?
It's one heck of an easier shot than the Knox had, that's for sure. But just waiting for the gentleman to finish raking the bunker behind him. But Johnny's got a very doable up and down here. He's got a good lie here, plenty of green to work with, and he can just play it right up the green there and have the ball turn slightly left towards the holes. It runs out of gas.
Oh, no help from the flagstick.
Oh, he should have taken it out.
Yeah, that was traveling. Man, I mean, that was center cut too. Vegas, who became the first player from Venezuela to win on the PGA Tour when he won here in 2011. Look at that.
Tell you what, if that hits the center of the flag, I think it goes. It would have had a little bit of speed, but not a ton.
Misread it.
Yeah, well, yeah.
He's had a couple of wins since then. Blair from the bunker at 8 here in the Nicholas Tournament course.
Gonna have to catch this just right. Bit of a challenge here. See a skip taking the first one, just rolling through on the fringe.
Charlie Hoffman for birdie. Playing this to move a little bit to his left. And I think he read it just perfect. That was for par though, so Charlie's done for the day. That's his amateur partner, not the pro. Thanks for clearing that up.
Feels like it's coming that way a little bit.
Take them though, they'll give them to you.
That's right.
The ball's been going far in the last, hour or so.
I agree, you get at least 6 yards.
He's got 165 to the hole. The problem is the lie. The ball is going to be severely below his feet. It hung up on the side of this little mound over here. Now, don't be surprised if he errs just slightly to the left of this flag. You want to take that front bunker out of play though, so take enough club to absolutely take it out of play. It'd be tough to get it up and down from down there. Struggling a little. Is it going to get there? No, it is. Good shot off that lie.
Haas.
10 yards closer, 155. No reason not to attack from this.
He needs some birdies, Kurt.
Yeah.
He definitely has to get some confidence going. That's just going to pull back but stay on the green. You don't see putts drop. It affects all other aspects of your game.
16, Russell Knox now trying to pay it off, Bones.
Yeah, for the all-world bunker set here.
Oh, that's not right. Deserve that. Steve Marino for birdie at the 8th. Those are just an average pitch, maybe less than average. Up and down. That's all that matters.
And all that matters, made the putt after a poor pitch shot with a lot of green to work with.
16, Johnny Vegas for birdie. Yes, it was a good one. Nearly hold the third, but he goes back to back with 2 to play, 5 under. If you're an amateur too playing out here, I mean, it's a great time, obviously. It's a terrific time. You try to stay out of the way of the pro doing his job.
Yes and no. The amateurs have the right to be here. It's a part of the event, always has been. They certainly will see through the course of the round. If the team score is set, they'll pick it up to keep the pace of play going. As we're watching Martin Laird here putting for par after that difficult bunker shot. If you heard Charlie Hoffman just a few minutes ago checking the scorecard, he thought the amateur had a stroke.
Yeah, he's paying attention.
Check it. They're paying attention.
Yeah.
The pros who come and play pay attention.
Got a moment to remind you, the race for the FedEx Cup is on and the connections are stronger than ever. Join us and share your stories at liveunderpar.com. Event number 11 on the PGA Tour in the season. 46 in all this wraparound schedule. Look down at this island green.
It's a beautiful look going up that hill. They moved a lot of dirt to create this golf course. Pete Dye and his group. And it still stands the test of time. And it's still a golf course that frightens you, even though the ball goes so much farther now. You still have to be straight, especially on this hole. Jonathan Vegas, always a good iron player, so that doesn't surprise me that he's actually below par for the par threes this year. Full location off the right side, so you have to be careful. You have to respect it.
.168 total here for Jonathan. As you mentioned, Matt certainly got to air left here, if anything. Playing quite a bit down, a little bit down into the shot total, just a little less than 160 yards.
What would you say, you know, if you're giving advice, 168 with no win?
I'm sorry, say again?
If you're giving them advice, would you go about 162? Would you take about 6 off on this, just the downhill part?
I would, yeah. I'd give him something. You want to generate as much spin as you can. I think as you less and you want him this low as your ball running out much. So I'd give him 62, and I'm sure in Johnny's case it's just a good hard 9-iron.
Tracer technology showing the apex of about 107, average about 110. And a quality shot, hole high, exactly where you have to hit it. 14 feet away, you get to 6 under. Back to the 15th hole, Bill Haas.
Yeah, it's just a little downhill. He has to respect the speed.
See that putt missed to the right. Taylor Gooch did the exact same thing, just read that putt. Over to 17 again, and Russell Knox set to go.
And not having the best days here, so it surprised me here to be a little bit more aggressive than Vegas was with this tee shot. Take on a little bit more of the flag.
Top Tracer technology showing the apex 83, much lower ball flight, trying to just control that. If you drop it down the altitude, it means you're really just trying to control the shot. Not a bad lead. Back to the 15th hole. Hadley for birdie.
You couldn't have it in a better spot if you're a right-handed player. This is slightly uphill. I had it, Matt, when I went by it. I thought it might turn just a hair to the left, but there's not a lot in it. Another great opportunity. He's hit a lot of quality shots today.
Boy, Kurt fooled him too. It does look like it wants to go left.
Did it go right?
It may be at the very end. The speed was off just a hair. It just got even with the hole.
Oh.
Good look at it though. It's got a few holes left. 3 holes to better that score.
Nicholas Tournament course. You're at 8 layered. For bogey. Yeah. One left. After the drop shot, he is now at 7 under. Come back, check in on Phil Mickelson at pace, playing over. Oh, okay then.
Okay then.
Oh, I see the top of the leaderboard. A nod of the head. Yes, 11 under. He's got 2 holes to play at La Quinta.
Justin Rose with a 400 par round of 68, really kicked it into gear over the final hour of this opening round. Birdies at 16 and 17, and then a sparkling approach shot into 18, covering the flagstick there and snapping it back to a foot. So birdies over the final 3 for Rose. Come home in 33 for 68 today. 400 to start the week for Rose. On the stadium, that's Matt Jones playing the 13th. The Aussie at -1. Former champion Houston took down Matt Kuchar in a sudden-death playoff about a half dozen years ago. Kuchar just winning again last week at the Sony Open. 2 victories on the season for Kuchar, matched by Xander Schauffele's 2 wins. 17 at La Quinta, second shot for Aaron Wise. Solid day going at -4 without a drop shot.
Boy. Come on.
That one will settle on the collar. Birdie chance coming up for Wise, former National Collegiate Player of the Year at the University of Oregon. Scott Brown, pretty much the same shot that Matt Jones just had. That one for birdie to get to even par for Brown, the former winner in Puerto Rico during his rookie season 5 years ago.
Okay, I have to go out and go in again.
Phil Mickelson, birdie at 16 to get to 11 under par. Still a chance for a magical sub-60 round for Mickelson.
At the 7th hole, Hoagie here, 144 yards, a little bit farther back off. He laid back a little bit farther off the tee than most. 4 under par on his round though. Solid playing. An outstanding shot. Just a couple of feet for birdie to get to 5 under. Should be able to do that. That'll go Keith.
So, Phil coming off that birdie, looking to go birdie to finish up. This at 17 is second.
Bit of a challenge out of the rough. Going to have to get moving from his left to his right. Hole's cut on the back right typically. Really a nice golf shot there from position. He put himself off the tee. Talking about a 15-footer.
Got a chance, 17 to 6, toughest hole on the golf course. 7 birdies already there today, though, and the lowest rounds of his career. The 60 you mentioned, the lip out for 59.
Yeah, it looked like it should have gone in. He's not afraid of low scores, as you can see right there.
It's 17 now. This is Russell Knox for birdie.
You got a good look at it here. Amateur partner putted in front of him, gave him a really good idea of the line.
Love that. Loving the amateurs. Wow. I haven't seen a whole lot of birdies at a whole location, really flat, kind of benign area. Seen a lot of balls just scoot on by.
Neil was trying to start forcing break into those putts that look so straight. You can't believe it.
There's only been 2 birdies here all day, David.
Well, that's just difficult on this hole. Although they're not hitting a whole lot more than a 9 or 8 iron. To get going at the flag, like we were talking earlier, you just really want to get it onto the putting surface and make sure you don't make some giant mistake.
2 par 3s on this side, on the stadium. I played the most difficult, that was 13, and the second most difficult was 17. Been only 2 birdies, 2 bogeys, and 4 doubles. So this hole playing over par as well. See if Johnny Vegas can help move that needle the other direction, get the 3rd birdie of the day.
Just a little inside 12 feet, moving to his right.
Got it. Walking that in. I would have found the hole. I would have found a thimble. 6th under par. Mistake-free round. As far as bogeys on the scorecard, you're always going to make some mistakes in a round of golf. Winner. Back in 2011 is the first time player. There's the history of this tournament. And the 2000s. Look at all those names. Hoffman's playing here, Perez playing here, Haas playing here, Vegas. Everybody's playing here that's won since 2000. And at the 9th, Marino trying to finish up a solid day. Location back right, trying to cut one in there. He's going to get a little feed. No. But it's an uphill pitch. Maybe he can knock that in. Let's go to 16.
Looking for that eagle at 16. Can we see it? Taylor Gooch, the 27-year-old.
Pretty big swing from right to left here. Carrying up speed.
Yeah, got one. Man from Oklahoma State. That gallery finally saw an eagle there. 2 to play. So we check back in with Phil at the Keys up, looking for a birdie here. 17, get it to 12 under. from where he was, but a couple of pars. The last three did get that birdie at 16, so now two away. Have a lot of magic at 18 coming in. 64, Curtis Luck, the Australian. Martin Laird, very good opening round going at the Nicholas tournament. Clark check back in with Phil, plays the final hole.
Stadium course, 13th tee, Adam Hadwin. Great record here. 6th, 2nd, and 3rd. The last three goes. The runner-up in 17, highlighted, of course, by 59 in the 3rd round for the Canadian. Phil Mickelson's going to need an eagle hole out at his final hole of the day for a 59 himself. Charlie Hoffman, 2008 champion, currently at -1. Brian Harmon, level par day going. 13 playing 203 today. Lone birdie for the left-hander coming back at the 9th here on the Stadium course. Charles Schwartzel, birdie the 7th and the 8th, and has a chance here at 10. First appearance since the CJ Cup at 9 Bridges for the former Masters champion. That was back in late October. So just a par for Phil Mickelson at 17. Needs a 2 at the last for 59.
On 17 with Taylor Gooch. Greens in regulation 12 out of 16. That's pretty darn good. Leaning on this like you pulled it a little bit towards the left center. And that's fine, dry. That's, you know, acceptable. But look at Tom Hoagie at 7. This is just inside of 3 feet. To -5. Cruising along this group, playing with JT Post, and has also got a good round going. Back there by that 10. In between the gloves, Mr. Lashley.
I don't think there's any help in it. Nate, Kelly? I do not. No, not right now. No, sir. The flag's blowing straight off the right. I mean, every time I've thrown a grass 4 times now, and it's blowing straight right to left. I just, I mean, the front edge is more than the 6. Yeah. So, I mean, you like the sure. Yeah, no, I'll take it. Yeah, I do too. Yeah. It'd just be nice and aggressive with that. I like the wind just straight off the right. Play it enough, okay?
Nate just even par on his round and has made all 3 cuts so far in this season, 2018-19 wraparound season, tied for 17th at the opening tournament, Safeway. Ooh, this is aggressive. That 110 average. It's a confident shot there. Started at the flag, draw it, knowing that if you leak it at all, it's wet. Trying to get to under par for the day, just 2 holes left. There we go. Find Martin Laird on his last hole of the day, the 9th. Back that bogey just dropped at the previous hole. does, he's going to make about a 50-footer. He was surprised by how long that carried.
Back to Stadium Course, and Chesapeake setting up on the 16, and we take a look at our driving distance grid presented by Epic Flash Driver from Callaway.
Chance to aim down the right side and turn it loose a little here if you can.
Not gonna get the roll. 277. Other goose 316, the longest there at 16.
Marino came up short right in the rough, trying to pitch that in to fin the day. Finish the day at -7 if it goes in. Not bad. Good solid day.
Back at 16, remember Gooch is the guy who made eagle here. He got the longest drive. Bill Haas.
And if Bill's going to have to hit a really good one, then this is not the one.
Right on that, between the two different types of grasses too. Just flared it. So, really a tough one there at 16 for Bill Haas, as Mickelson has got one hole to play. Were the birdie 18th hole, it'd be his lowest round in relation to par. He's posted 60 before, but this a par 72 golf course.
Tee shot of Annabelle Lahiri here at the 13th on the Stadium Course.
Come on, hook on me. Oh.
A little bit of a hook and
Messing it up.
a little ground kick in there at 20 feet or so. Lahiri looking to move it to -2. We'll move back to 16 and DJ Trahan down in the pit of doom there. Really good, really good. Russell knocked earlier, Trahan here, the best two shots we've seen from down there at the par 5 today. Back to the par 3, Nick Watney will be next. Looking for a kick, didn't get it. Watney will operate from off the green at the par 3 13th. Back at 16, Sam Ryder looking to elevate this one 15 to 20 feet, as Trahan just did. Went through a whole lot more with it than that one. Both Trahan and Sam Ryder have given themselves birdie chances there at the devilish par 5 16th as Phil Mickelson tackles the home hole, needing birdie for 60 and an eagle hole out for 59. About an hour or so remaining here in our first round coverage. Good showing from Jonathan Vegas, 2011 champion here. He's on the Stadium Course. The most daunting of the 3 layouts in the rotation. 600 power round going for the Venezuelan as Phil Mickelson holds the lead and chases history, perhaps. 1 hole to play.
The 9th, Martin Laird's final hole of the day at the Nicklaus Tournament Course is for an improbable birdie. For it to drop. Played collegiately for Jamie Bermel at Colorado State. Good lad there. Jamie now the head coach at Kansas. And also Zach Johnson played for Coach Bermel when Zach was at Drake. So just a tap in and a solid round of golf. There you go. 700 par 65 at him today. Rotating tomorrow to another golf course in Mickelson at -11, just 3 clear of Curtis Luck. over at the stadium course. Adam Hadwin for birdie at the 13th hole. We haven't seen very many birdies. We haven't seen hardly anybody hit the green. This is cutting right towards the center. There you go. Nice birdie at the 13th for Adam Hadwin, the Canadian. I'm sure he's got plenty of fans and friends and family down here from Canada. We'll go over to the final hole.
Coming on, Russell Knox second from the fairway.
A great angle to this very gettable pin. Balls landing both left and right will funnel towards the hole. It's just a comfortable 8-iron. Turning just slightly right of it. Good shot.
Mm-hmm. Beauty.
Yeah, one of the better ones we've seen today. Most players have been playing some 15 feet to the right, 20 feet to the right.
Adam Shank for birdie at 15. We've seen this putt miss to the right. See if you can get the right speed, the right line. Well done. So birdie back to 18.
Vegas in the bunker now.
They're playing from 150 angle. Somebody did a great rake job in front of him, so he's got a very nice lie. Good contact, but hung out to the right. Wasn't going to mess with the water left to this hole.
Give the caddies credit for the job in the bunker. The motion, he's trying to turn it a little bit out of there.
Yeah, protecting the left side a little bit. Biggest thing is keeping a stable lower body when playing out of a fairway bunker. Getting that clean contact ball first. Gotta make sure you hit the little ball before the big ball. And he does just that. I love how so many of his shots are controlled, kind of solid off finishes, and not trying to overpower.
All right, Eagle for 59 at Washington. What do you think?
Well, see him do a lot of stuff.
Coming down to this.
Heck of a golf shot.
I thought about it for a moment. You know he did in the air. So that for a 60 back to the Nicholas course.
Sean O'Hare, second shot at the par 5 reachable 7th hole, 527. That's short by today's standards. Got to get after the par 5s on both PGA West golf courses. That's just going to go off the back edge, but that is for Eagle. Good shot there by O'Hare. Over to the stadium.
T at 16, Adam Shank talking things over. Whispering things over. Didn't want you to hear that.
Well, speak up a little bit, right?
6 of 12 fairways, but he's got it to 6 under. Yeah, there's the par 5, 571.
Really quality tee shot there. Got it out there plenty of distance to have to go with the green.
Keep it here, playing alongside Hank Leviota, 25-year-old who played at Florida State. Went all right, a couple under. Teammate of Harry Ellis, who won the British Amateur. They were teammates at Florida State. Coming off a share of 43rd place at the Sony Open. Well done. First year out here on the PGA Tour, had a win on the Mackenzie Tour, Leviota did. So, the sun peeked through, starting to set here in the Coachella Valley on what's been a magnificent day. For Phil Mickelson, his opening round here in 2019, and a chance to finish up at 12 under par when we come back.
Aaron Wise and Phil Mickelson coming home here at the 18th at La Quinta. And a birdie chance there for White for a round of 67. Phil's in there close as well. If that one's for birdie, it would be for 60. Watney from off the green at 13. That one to keep the scorecard clean for Watney. Six-time winner on the PGA Tour, overcame a serious back injury that shelved him for more than a year. Nice bounce-back season last year for Watney. Aaron Wise has been leaving the flagstick in all day, even on the shortish putts like this one. That one circles around the flagstick. Didn't get the kiss in there though. Bogey-free round of 68 for Aaron Wise. Mickelson's chance will come next there at 18, but we'll drop back to 13 and Lahiri's birdie opportunity. And finding it. Fourth birdie of the day for Lahiri, 2 in a row. Getting him to -2. Phil Mickelson cleaning up a terrific day at the 18th.
At 7, Sean O'Hare for an eagle. That'd be cool. That'd also help your score a lot, get him to -8. Good effort. Got the 2-putt. That's, when you're on the tee, you're thinking, I'd love to walk out of here with an easy 4. He did just that.
Johnny Vegas birdie putt on the way. At the line. Play the stadium course on day 1 in these conditions. You got the other 2 to play. What are you pleased with number-wise?
Really, probably sub 70. Maybe you'd go to 4 under par, say 68, not just a 69, but especially with the potential wind that's going to come tomorrow, to not be on.
Yeah, conflicting reports on that, but we were told by the PGA Tour officials they expect some wind tomorrow, quite a bit of wind. 66 for Vegas. Keep it here, Knox.
So a little bit right to left, just like that. Nice birdie to finish, but a rough day.
Yeah, you will not be pleased with the 1 over 73 today. A lot of ground to make up the next 2 days.
Over at 11 now, there's a great look at that whole location on 11, all the way in the back left portion of the green. If you miss right, it could fall off the right edge. You don't want to miss left. You don't want to miss left. Stayed out of the hazard, that's the good news. Go back over the tournament course, the Nicholas tournament. This is a birdie putt, just a tap in for O'Hare, -7. Just a couple holes left. Shoot back over to La Quinta Country Club.
See if Phil can make this to finish up at 12 under par. Never a doubt, and what a day for Phil Mickelson. 2,077 rounds on the PGA Tour in his career, and that is the career low in relation to par. Wow.
Well, there's been 10 sub 60 rounds, and that becomes the 37th round of 60. So you're talking about one of the 47 best rounds ever posted on the PGA Tour.
To put it in perspective, he shot 60 before this, a par 72 though, and this opening round. And by the way, the first time at the Waste Management, it was with a penalty stroke. So
okay.
that's not bad.
But look at that, 3 rounds of 60 in his career. 61 is, it's not like that's particularly common either.
Age 48, I guess he is feeling rested. Meanwhile, 16, Hadley for birdie.
Another great look. He's to have this all day long.
Yeah, sure has, Hadley.
Could have been a lot lower for him today.
Absolutely. That's the reaction. Well, if you're in some cold part of the country wishing it were summer, join the PGA Tour champions in Hawaii. Mitsubishi Electric Championship, Hawaii, comes your way tonight, 7 o'clock Eastern. Golf, Charles Schwab Cup underway. That's just a beautiful spot. Sandy Lyle, Jeff Sluman, Marco Dawson, 3 under as players underway there. They kick things off after the PGA Tour spent 2 weeks in Hawaii. And back to the mainland here in California. All right, so settle back in after what we saw from Mickelson. It does at age 48 he starts with a 60.
Again, I'll go to what I said at the top of the show. The fact that he's rested, I think, was the big thing, because you got to pace yourself.
All right, second shot here at par 5 for Shank.
It's got a line iron here from right about 240 front edge.
Exactly.
No wind to speak of out here right now. Turning towards the center of the green. This is very good for line if it's enough.
He's still running down. Can't believe it. Over to the Nicholas course. He's Cheka, his final hole of the day. It's been a good day, 6 under. Gotta be the best conditions all day to play right now.
Yeah, it's warmed up nicely. The ball's traveled a bit. Hasn't prevented him from keeping the beanie on.
I know, right? You didn't bring another hat with you. Can't quite take it off.
Right.
But
Expecting that to release a little bit from that line. And then
Oh no!
there.
Fuck!
so earlier today we saw 64 from Curtis Luck. But
Fuck!
just
Fuck!
taking
Fuck!
better. Yes, playing Lakita, he's up to 3 courses, but sensational round. So as you scroll through, those near the top, you've got that SC next to it. That's certainly an advantage to get a great round under your belt at the toughest of the 3. No guarantee of anything, but you know you're going to play what were the 2 easiest golf courses on the PGA Tour last year.
Yeah, and a lot of it's weather dependent. I don't know what the argument is. You can probably argue both ways. You can say that it's a little more shielded over at La Quinta, and if it's windy, but it's still going to affect the golf. So does that, take away your chance of shooting at 8 under 64? And a good score becomes 3 under there. Can you manage to get around to these more exposed golf courses here at PGA West? You deal with the cards you're dealt. You go out and shoot the best score you can wherever you are.
There's 5 international winners throughout the years here, including Johnny Vegas, who we watched today, and John Rahm, who won last year and tries to become just the second man to go back-to-back. Johnny Miller, the other one, the only one. Gooch from 156 here at 18.
Good what you'd expect. Seen those shots all day. Russell Knox maybe being the exception going at the flag.
Standing up on the 17th tee, Bill Hopkins to play.
It's got 8 iron, Matt. I think it should be a good club once you take the yardage to the hole 168 and then minus whatever it is down the hill.
Some raindrops falling again. There's the apex at 115. And it was a lot of club. I mean, there's been a lot of 9-irons here. Good. Positive thing is, Kurt, you're always looking for positives. He took that right over the top of the flagstick.
I'll tell you what, I went and stood on that tee that they're on right now. I walked down below so I could call these shots. This is a 9-iron for Hadley, but when I stood on that tee, it gave me a little bit of the, oh my goodness, I'm glad I'm not hitting this tee shot, even though it's dead calm out here right now.
Raindrops coming down just down low.
Just a little bit of light rain right now. Should be a perfect club, but the question is, how much do you take on here? Do you go at it, or do you go center of the green?
I go center of the green. If you push it, then you just tip your cap like you meant to do.
Right. Give yourself another 20, even 30 footer, and be happy with 3 if you don't make it.
Always hits a draw.
Yeah.
115 apex as well.
Dead center.
Top tracer technology there. Cool data. Put a curve, and that's a good smart shot. Middle of the green. The Nicholas tournament course. John O'Hare at the 8th on the tee. Par 3 177 today. And the next couple of days.
Yeah, just a 7-iron here, but protective there of that back right hole.
Coming down that slope next, some work to do. So a step away and look at the college leaderboard to break Arizona State on top. Phil Mickelson, a 60 here in the desert. The opening round in the 60th edition of the Desert Classic.
Par 3, 13th. Stephen Yeager in search of a birdie. Not his best effort. 3 birdies between holes 5 and 9 for Yeager. Getting him to -3. And he's playing alongside Tyler Duncan today. After finding the water here at 13, trying to save par. So it's going to be a bogey there for Tyler Duncan, his first drop shot of the day. And he falls back to +1. Up to the 18th we go. Nathan Lashley, even par on the day. Getting a little bit better. Back with Yeager now for his par. So both players, Duncan and Yeager, drop shots here at 13. What a performance from Phil Mickelson. The best round of his career in relation to par. Inside the final hour of our coverage here, Phil Mickelson with a round of 60, 12 under his best ever 18-hole effort of his illustrious World Golf Hall of Fame career in relation to par.
Back at 16 in front of the green for his third is Adam Schenk.
Got the entire length of the green to work with here. As we saw with Johnny Vegas, this ball will work a little to his left. And he won't be happy with this one.
And is not thrilled. Up to 18. Gooch for birdie.
So this putt a lot today, going down the hill. Moving ever so slightly to the left.
Got to
Get it.
Man from Oklahoma State, who we really first got to know in the NCAA tournament third dunes 6 years ago or so. All right, tap in. 67, solid opening round at the stadium, of course. Shake left with this for birdie at 16.
Yeah, while he wasn't happy with his third shot here, this is a very makeable putt, one he can really take a swing at. Up the hill, I think, if anything, turning a little to his left. Had his caddy in for a look there, just for a little bit of reassurance.
That's really a disappointing par. From where he was,
Just a poor pitch shot, leaving himself a bit of a tricky putt, swinging more than you'd expect.
and that run after making the turn. Other than Nicholas, check that we saw the shot in here. This for birdie to finish up. Flag stick in. Didn't make a difference. Think we'll see more and more of that though?
You know, it's really hard to guess. Now he's pulling it out. You know, that's probably the range I was talking about that I might leave it in when I play. Just you imagine it could only be helpful at that point from 30 feet.
Let's say the first one, not the second one.
Right. The second
Yeah,
one, you
yeah.
saw him pick the flag out of the hole.
At 17 now, Bill Haas using a putter off the green there, Kurt.
Check this out, Matt. He's putting. One of the amateurs is hitting from the bunker.
What?
That's how you play quicker golf.
Go in.
Let's see it. Oh, wouldn't that be something? The ball drops. Even Bill is going to smile on your face.
Jeremy said, obviously, I forgot he was in play. Honestly.
Look at that. Who got that flag? That's, you don't see that too often.
No, you got to have some patience here.
That's absolutely true.
But you know it coming in.
Chesson just double checked to make sure it was his turn.
He's got about a 25-footer here, Kurt. It's only been 3 birdies all day.
A little uphill. I got to go in a little right.
It's been really strange at the hole. It flattens out. Oh, man, he got robbed.
Wow.
Had a bit of a mixed bag this year so far, Kurt. A couple missed cuts, but also a couple of top 10s. Of course, a tied for second.
Coming off that really good year the previous season.
It was a huge bounce back year for him. Got a great attitude. That's a huge element of the game. Back to 16.
Maybe Yoda for